Okay, let's see. Everybody can see me today? I'm so excited that you can see me. Mike, thank you so much for the awesome super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mike, Jennifer, Susanna, Lori, Wolf. Hello, internet friends. Christina, I know camera works. I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. And I'm not fussy. Robin, Benny, it's so nice to see everybody. Melinda, hello, Lori. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you guys. So, wait, what? Hello, how have you been? It's so nice to see all of you. Sasha, so good to see you as well. Finding Solace, you're amazing. Thank you for coming in. It's so great to see all of you. So today, hello, Stacy, Michelle. Today we had a small update from the Rcmp. I'm just going to say small. Really not too much to it, but I was able to snag a clip that was just posted off of the CBC. And I was going to go over what the Rcmp did post on their Facebook page. I also have some other clips that I want to go over. They are like, some are Durwood, I know, but I've been listening to a lot of them. And you can hear him. He's basically repeating exactly what Janie text messaged him. So I want to go over that. Some of it has Durwood with Belinda talking. Now, some of these clips are from, well, they're obviously from other channels. Dolly Vision's one of them, and Sunny from It's a Criming Shame. That's whose channels I got them from. So a big thank you to them, because I appreciate them for having the family members on there. Hello, Bonnie, Sandra, D3B1, hello. Yes, we need to keep going, because I think the more that we talk about Jack and Lilly, the more, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like the more the news will stay on it, on their case, and talk about them. And I don't know if it helps like the Rcmp push more to searching. I don't know about that, but I feel like the more we talk about them and stuff, it keeps their names alive. It keeps them out there, so this case doesn't go cold. And I wish that I could actually talk about all the missing children at one time, but I don't think my brain could do that. I've got ADD really bad, so I try to just focus on one thing. And sometimes I do merge into a few other, but I get so like wrapped up. But I want to go ahead and move on and show you guys that today. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. Is everybody having a great day? Hey, B in Florida. I bet it's nice and warm down there. It's cold up here in New York State. So we had like a little storm come through last night, and now today it's cold. Well, it was 60 high, but the winds, it's like a cold wind. So it's getting chilly. It definitely feels like fall today. And I know here in 80s, yeah, nice beach weather, right? Freeze warning there tonight, Jen? Oh my gosh. You slept the morning away? Oh my God, Carol, I wish I could just sleep in. I wish I could sleep in. I know my kids are like grown now and stuff like that, but I have a dog. The dog makes me get, I get up with her because she needs, I already walked her like a mile today, and she played outside, and I did my work and all that. So, and then try to figure this whole thing out. Brittany, good to see you. Spent the day making pumpkin puree pies. It's raining in Nova Scotia and we need it so bad. Oh my gosh, I know. Pumpkin puree for pies. Yum. I bet that smells so good too. Like the pies cooking, and then you have like the breeze coming through and stuff, like the fall air. Just smells so good. I love apple cinnamon like in the fall. Look, I want to show you guys. I love candles. I'm obsessed with candles. I got an apple cinnamon candle right here. My God, it smells so good. But I love that cinnamon spice smell around this time of year. Please snow. I'm a teacher. No snow yet, please, dear God. Like it, I swear, here in New York, like it snows all the time. Like we only have 3 months of warm weather, I swear. Oklahoma has given us some beautiful fall weather. I'll break out into my ninja moves and running into spider webs. I know, right? The spiders are so bad right now. I always complain. Like, you guys want to hear a funny story really quick? So my mom, she lives on the West Coast, and she had come to visit me. I don't know. This was like a few years back when this happened. And this is before I had like all my new doors and stuff put in. My mom is sitting up in my kitchen, and we get these huge wolf spiders. Wolf spiders. They're monsters. And around this time of year, they try to get in the house, and they look like tarantulas, guys. They're horrible. My mom is sitting at the dining room table, and she told me she like freaked out. One had been crawling on the ceiling and fell on her, guys. It fell on her. Yeah, she freaked out screaming. She's like, this thing was heavy. Like, who's a monster? And it was caught and like taken care of. But the cat that I have now, she's amazing. Yeah. If you have a bear and a spider, I would go towards the bear. Screw the spiders. Like, I hate them so much. I don't care how small they are. I hate them. They're so gross. Creepy. Ugh. We have huge wolf spiders too. Yeah, I know. Their bites hurt, right? Ugh, God. They're just gross. Yeah, scream. Yeah, my mom like freaked out. My mom has heart problems, so it's like, holy crap, dude. Like, spiders, stay away from her, you know? Hello. Thank you. I appreciate you, Carol. Thank you. It's actually raining softly and also cloudy. Australia. How cool, Michelle. You guys have huge spiders there too in Australia, right? Like, yeah. Oh my gosh. It's just crazy. Florida too. Like, they have some crazy spiders. Hello, Rachel. All right, guys. We are going to go watch the first clip. Now, this is not up on their YouTube channel yet. I caught it within a live that they did. Like, you know how like a live broadcast? And I just clipped the part out about Jack and Lilly. That way it'd be easier for us to watch because they haven't posted it to their YouTube channel yet. So I wanted to play that. It's just like a 3-minute video, I believe. So you guys ready to watch that? Jewel spiders looks like crafts. Hey, Mike's. Hello, Vic. Hello, how are you? Like the camera? Angry Rabbit, hello. Thank you so much, guys, so much for I am so excited. I have a camera, one that's not fuzzy and one that shows my face. All right, guys, y'all set? Let me do this here. I'm gonna actually turn the music off real fast so we can hear the video. I've been playing around with this StreamYard, so let's see. All right, turn the music off. And, well, it's still playing. Well, geez. Hold on one second. Oh, background music. There we go. All right, sounds. We want the sounds on. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Let's do this. We are going to go to this. Share. I know it's kind of small, but let's see if I can. Nope, not that one. Okay, how do I do this here? Oh, it's already playing. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. Make sure it is up on stage. There we go. And rewind this. Oops, I guess I should.
Landsdowne, and there hasn't been any sign of them since. The CBC's Angela McIver has the latest developments in the case.
All right, make sure I get.
5 months after Jack and Lilly Sullivan vanished, their stepfather Daniel Martel says he continues to search for answers and cooperate with police. That included when cadaver dogs recently came to his property.
I come home and the dogs were already, on scene, and they were there for about an hour before I got there. I didn't know the exact day when the arrival was going to happen. So it was even a surprise to me, but at the end of the day, everything's ruled out there, and I hope this is speculation, turns elsewhere.
2 dogs trained to detect human remains were brought in from British Columbia the week of September 22nd. They spent about 3 days searching a total of 40 kilometers for evidence of the 2 missing children.
They didn't locate any human remains or anything associated to this file or any open files. There was no
Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon is the officer in charge of major crime and behavioral sciences in Nova Scotia. He says the dogs scoured the Landsdowne property where the siblings lived. They also sniffed the woods where a pink blanket was previously found and a nearby pipeline and intersecting trails. He wouldn't confirm whether people were questioned during the latest search, but Martel tells CBC one of the RCMP dog handlers had tough questions for him about the day before the children disappeared.
He said that Thursday didn't have enough details, and we think you did something to the kids Thursday night. And I said to him that Thursday was just an ordinary day.
An ordinary day, guys.
Until I woke up on Friday morning. And that's when, life changed.
Martel says the cadaver dog searched inside his trailer and police even looked under his deck. McCammon says his team is prepared to keep working on this case until it's solved.
This is not something that we stop working on. We've got 2 young children, Lilly and Jack, who've gone missing from their home. And it is a Missing Persons Act investigation still at this time. But we need to find answers to that. There's a lot of legitimate public concerns about how 2 children go missing and we can't find them. So we're going to continue until we have answers.
He says bringing dogs back to these woods again could be a possibility if new information suggests they missed something. Angela McIver, CBC News, Landsdowne.
Human remains have been found during recent searches for 2 young.
Oh, it started over. All right, let's see. We're going to remove that. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about Daniel, what he said about what Thursday? How they told him they think something happened to the children Thursday. And that's my opinion as well. I think something happened to the children Thursday. What about you guys? I honestly do. But they didn't find anything. Nope. I mean, if they did, if they did find something, now I'm not talking about the remains of the children, but maybe like a piece of their clothing or something that had fallen off, or maybe like per se, like maybe the children were moved at some point. And I'm not saying they were, I'm just speculating here. Do you think if the dogs had found something that indicated that the children were there and they were moved, do you think that the RCMP would actually say something to us? I don't think that they would, in my opinion. Wonder if RCMP found math laying around. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I don't think, Thursday after 3:30 shenanigans. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, because that call that Malaya had with her mom was right before that. So Cindy can verify that the kids were there, but she said nothing. And then with the whole thing with Daniel saying something about Jack being up at midnight or something, guys, that's weird, right? I don't know. That's just weird to me. Those weird messages from yesterday, I still feel crazy from those. Like, I feel like I lost brain cells. I think my old camera did too. That's why it didn't want to work yesterday. Jeez. So I'm going to go ahead and just go over the detailed, like what the report that they wrote, the RCMP wrote on their Facebook. Thursday night, something happened. Yeah, I think we're pretty much all on the same page. Hi, Seawood. Good to see you. Good to see you. Cassandra, good to see you. I think the kids froze to death outside. Midnight lights was on. Could have. What if, think about it. What if, like, the kids never came back in that night? Like, it seemed like they didn't get very much attention, but Malaya did say that she put them in a bed. And another thing, guys, I got to thinking, so all their laundry, you remember, what was it, 6 weeks they didn't do laundry or something? What was the laundry time frame that they didn't do laundry? Was it 6 weeks or something crazy like that? Can someone help me out there? You guys remember that? Like, it took a long time for them to go do laundry. Like, they had a ton of laundry to do. And Malaya, she didn't unpack the laundry. 6 weeks. Thank you, Joyce. I appreciate you. 6 weeks, guys. That's a lot of freaking dirty laundry. You have a baby. Well, not a baby, but she was 16 months when Jack and Lilly went missing. And then you have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. And usually when a 4-year-old usually gets changed a couple times a day still, because they're still making messes and stuff, right? Like and then Meadow, she gets changed a lot. But yet, yeah, same here, Jen. Like, I literally have to wash freaking clothes like all the time, and it's like just me now, like in the dog, like, you know what I mean? So this is telling me the children, did they sleep? So they slept in their same clothes Wednesday night and Thursday night they slept in dirty clothes? Guys, that's horrible. Probably bought Timo instead. Yeah, no, I agree. Why didn't they just go to a laundromat too? Like, that's crazy, right? Laundry for $5. That's nuts to me. That is crazy. Are they wearing the same clothes like every single day? Like, come on, you know what I mean? I feel horrible, like, for these children. Like, were they not? I don't get it. Do you think Malaya was, like, depressed? I haven't called in tip yet. I'm calling Dolly Vision Audio of the friend Rcmp. Oh my gosh, this made me friend find this guy missing. Yeah. Oh, you mean the guy that called in that we played the other day? Wasn't there something about a washer spinner? Yes. So yes. So Cassandra, Janie said that they went through her washer spinner. So if Janie has a washer in her RV, why don't they just use Janie's? Hold on, I missed. Hold on 1 second. Never in my 18 years of being a parent have I put my children to bed in their day clothes. Same here. Same here. My children were always clean, like giving baths, putting the baby lotion on them. And the baby, the Johnson's baby, like the lavender and the Shea one. Like, this is back in early 2000s, but like, I mean, they still had all those, you know what I mean? They smelled so good and their hair was clean. They had clean socks on. And, you know, like when they're young, like Meadow, she's crawling around and stuff, right, guys? Like, have you seen the freaking floors in that trailer? And I'm not putting anybody down or anything. Maybe they couldn't afford to put new flooring in. But they're cracked. You have the plywood showing and stuff like that. If Meadow is crawling around on that, her knees and everything from her onesies are probably getting dirty, her socks. The children, it seemed like they played on the floor there. Probably getting so filthy, guys. The only bill they had was an electric bill. Yes, correct. Wait, what? Only an electric bill, which I know those can get expensive. Mine is outrageous here in New York for, I don't even know why. I think I pay for the whole street, but still, like, it couldn't be more than, they're using a wood stove, which doesn't cost anything because, I mean, you have to pay for the wood, but I'm sure if you're smart, they have so many dead trees down. Wouldn't you just go use the chainsaw and then chop your own wood? Hello, Cheryl. Good to see you. Good to see you. I would be collecting a lot of that old wood and chopping it. Daniel could start his own business doing that. I don't know why he doesn't. If he only works 1 day a week, I would be out there getting these old trees, chainsaw, chopping them up, selling barrels of the wood, guys, for winter. People sell them here. A lot of money, guys. A lot of money because nobody wants to chop the wood and stuff. They were burning wood when they want. Yeah. And a wood stove works great. Like, it really does. It makes a lot of mess. Same with a pellet stove. It makes a lot of mess. Hold on 1 second. But they work great. And it's a lot cheaper than propane and electric, right? and oil. So how much could their electric bill be for that small area? I don't know. There's a ton of wood in the woodshed. Exactly. So I don't know. It's just crazy to me. There's no reason. They could have even bought like a washer and dryer. And if Janie had a washer in her RV, then why the heck couldn't they just do laundry there and maybe hang the clothes out to dry? Well, on a nice day, of course. I was thinking about the wood stove. Was carbon monoxide could be a factor in that old trailer. Anything's possible because of the way it's set up. Yes, B, exactly. It's so easy in Florida. You have central AC and heat, one switch, and you're done. Or all electric, no gas. Yeah, exactly. It's very simple. Up north, you have so many different options. Like I have these, oh my God, I hate them. And they're so dangerous. They're like floor space heaters that are on the bottom. I have a propane. It used to be a wood. Oh my gosh, I'm totally like what Janie has and what Dana, a wood stove, excuse me, but it was turned into a propane stove later on, which looks like a little fireplace. And I have a wood burning fireplace upstairs and a furnace. Like there's so many different options up north, but those electric heaters are the worst. They're so scary. 300 to 400 for, yeah, of wood. That's crazy, Seawood. Like you would think that, what about in going, I know it's pine though, right? A lot of those trees that are down in the forest are pine, right? And that burns fast, but I don't know if you could use that. And I used to cut and split my wood. It was the best. Oh, heck yeah. Finding solace. Oh, yeah. That is the best exercise, is cutting your own wood. It's crazy, guys. I just can't believe that they... All right, let's go to... Earl said he bought them wood. Yeah, you're right, Half Moon. Why would he buy them wood if there's wood all around? I don't understand that. Is that wood rotted or something? They can't use it? I don't understand. It's crazy. Yeah, 200. Yep. It's crazy. We had an old, well, half of it's down, like a crabapple tree. There's millions of them here. And this was like 3 years ago. Like there was like a microburst, like a small tornado that went through my yard. It was crazy. And my old granddaddy apple tree, it split them in half. So half of that wood is piled up to put in the wood stove upstairs to, to keep you warm. But there's wood down, there's trees down, cut it up and use it for wood. I don't understand it. Yeah, thanks, guys. Hit that thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, enough of me blabbing on. Let's go and look at this Facebook update from the RCMP. I'm going to do this here. All right, I'm going to share this. This is, let's see. Let me get my face out of here. Okay. Everybody can see that okay? Let's see. I didn't realize I had a blue background there. That's cool. All right. And you guys can all hear me? Smoke's coming from the chimneys always in photos. Yeah. They're probably using, thanks guys. I appreciate it. RCMP website is where I read it. Okay. Yeah, this is their Facebook where they posted it 8 hours ago. And then I was able to snag that video from them as well. Yeah, I guess I could have just went to their website, right? I don't know. I got to make everything difficult. I'm telling you guys. All right. It says this was posted 8 hours ago. And I thought I was following them. But it says the North, I'm just going to say RCMP Major Crime Unit continues to explore all possible scenarios and in its efforts to locate Lilly and Jack Sullivan after searches in Landsdowne Station didn't result in finding human remains. In late September, Inspector Luke Reddy and his police dog Narc, as well as Sergeant Dave Whalen and his police dog Kit, searched for Lilly and Jack in Landsdowne Station, covering a total area of 40 kilometers. Is that where I'm at? The teams specially trained in detecting human remains. I don't know why it's hard for me to say that word. Searched at the property from which the children went missing, along the pipeline and intersecting trails. So I'm guessing, so you have the pipeline right there, and then you have like those little ATV trails that like go in and out of them. And also in an area where the pink blanket was previously found. All locations where there was the highest probability of finding the children. However, the teams did not locate any remains. And then we're going to go up. It says the dogs are highly trained to detect and indicate the scent of human remains. Therefore, if the dogs did not alert their handlers, it suggests the dogs were never in the presence of human remains odor, explains Stephen Pike. However, this doesn't definitely rule out the presence of remains in the areas that were searched. It means either the odor is there and couldn't be detected, or the odor isn't there. So that's weird, right, guys? You couldn't write. Yeah, I know. While the searches were occurring, the investigative team in Northeast Nova continued to access and follow up on the information that has been gleaned from more than 860 tips received to date, 8,060 video files that have been reviewed, and forensic testing that continues. And then let me scroll up, guys, so I'm half blind here. There are multiple aspects of this investigation ongoing simultaneously. It says Rob McCammon, officer in charge of major crime and behavioral sciences. Each piece of information, including the results from search teams, helps inform our next steps, with support from agencies across Canada. The investigative team is working to validate or eliminate leads and follow the evidence wherever it takes us. At this stage, and as we've said all along, we're considering all possibilities. We'll keep going until we determine with certainty the circumstances of the children's disappearance and they're found. And then it just goes on to say investigators urge anyone with information about Lilly and Jack's whereabouts to call Northeast Rcmp, and it gives the number of 902-896-5060. Or you can call the Crime Stoppers number for tips. But it also says at the bottom, sometimes the smallest detail holds the biggest answers. One piece of information may help reveal a key piece in the investigation that leads to finding Lilly and Jack. That's interesting, right? The smallest detail holds the biggest answers, and they're right. Just one detail. Maybe they're waiting for that one piece of information to complete a puzzle, right? Because that's what these cases are. They're puzzles, and they're collecting evidences, which is the pieces to the puzzle. And when they put it together, then they can make an arrest, or, you know what I mean? Was the star a toy or a decoration? Oh, Sandra, the star is basically like it's like a sticker. So, you know, the stars that you can get from your teachers, or you can even get them at the dollar store. They're like just little holographic stars. That's all it was. It wasn't like something off a shirt or anything. My dogs are acting like hooligans. Nothing like oh my goodness, 150 pounds? Holy crap. I thought my dog is 100, but 150 pounds? Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I have some clips that I was telling you guys about that I had made up. And these clips are from dry throat. These clips are from the first one is from Dolly Vision's channel, and the second clips it's from Sunny. So you guys know who Sunny is. Her channel is It's a Criming Shame. If I say that too fast, I say it completely wrong. So I have to say it slow. So I'm going to get out of here and we're going to start with this one. Make sure you guys can hear okay. All right, let's see here. I appreciate all of you for being here. Seriously, you guys are great. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for the awesome camera, guys. Seriously, this is amazing. You guys are able to hear me okay? Like the sound is good tonight? Like there's no going in and out and stuff? That was so embarrassing last night. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go to go to this. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you with this one. Is this it? Okay. So basically, this is Durwood in the beginning, and he's talking about Daniel, and then also one clip is Daniel. He's in Dolly's chat, and this was way in the beginning, and Dolly is trying to get answers out of him, and you can tell like he's just being vague. You know what I mean? Like he's not, I don't know, you could just tell he's being vague. In my opinion, what he was doing was he was putting out feelers out there to see who was easy to talk to, who would not ask the hard questions, who would basically run with whatever, you know what I mean? Which I understand, like you don't want somebody jumping down your throat and stuff like that and throwing accusations. But when you like put out so many different stories, come on, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, guys. All right, let's do this. Yeah, I don't really, I do, but I don't. Like I watch whoever is talking about the case for the most part. I mean, there are some channels I just don't watch, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like but I do watch him here. I watched him when he was talking about, and the Emmanuel case too. Okay, why is it showing two people here? Screen layout. I don't know. All right. Well, All right, I'm going to turn this there. Now, I did the clips together, but it's his channel. So, but I did the clips. So I want to make sure you can hear me or hear him. Okay, you guys can see that? All right, we ready? Ever more animals. Oh yeah, Lori. Yeah, when I looked at your message right there, I thought you were talking about, because Daniel said the cadaver dog chased a cat or something. I'm like, come on, it did not chase no cat or the chickens. Like, get out of here. Oh, thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super sticker. I love that. Thank you. You guys spoil me, like, seriously. Thank you so much. I have not seen that. But okay. Are we ready? Let me figure out how to press play.
When he came into my place there and we had our talk, it was kind of funny. The people that were with him made me very curious. And I pieced some stuff together out of that
time frame that you was asleep, but you say when you woke up, she was in bed right beside you. How?
I'm going to rewind this because I forgot that I just clipped a small part. Okay, so this first small clip that just played, I'm going to play again. Durwood is talking about Daniel, and he's talking about his friends that basically came with him to see him, and it basically made him feel like uncomfortable, like, because these people were sketchy. It's kind of weird, right? But if you remember this, Daniel went and picked up his friends the second day, guys, the second day, which was Saturday, to help him search for Jack and Lilly. And in these clips, Durwood talks about his friends driving a black SUV. Think about it. All right. So, yeah, I love Solus. All right.
my place there, and we had our talk. It was kind of funny. The people that were with him made me very curious, and I pieced some stuff together out of that I
Time frame.
Now, this next clip, you're going to have to look at the bottom. Daniel is replying to his questions, okay? Dolly is asking about the time frame in which they heard Lilly, okay? And you'll see Daniel say, because Dolly accidentally calls Lilly Meadow. And Daniel's like, Meadow was never in the kitchen. You knew what he was saying. Like, stop gaslighting, okay? So I'll point at the answers Daniel has put on the bottom here.
That you was asleep, but you say when you woke up, she was in bed right beside you. How long do you think you were asleep? Did you lay down for 10 minutes? Did you lay down for 2 hours and you woke up and she's beside you? Do you have any clue how long, when you went to sleep after hearing Meadow in the kitchen and you went to sleep, how long do you think you were asleep? Meadow is our baby. She was never in the kitchen. That's what I mean. I mean, you laid back down and you went to sleep. When you woke up, you said Malaya was beside you. How long had you slept when you laid down? Okay, because she had woke up, got up, done something, laid.
Remember, Daniel said that he was sleeping. Daniel was sleeping. He said that he heard the lock on the door. And he remembered Lilly coming in. And remember, Daniel shushed Lilly. Do you guys remember that? So this was back in the early beginning when this video came out. So I'm like putting these together because it's completely different. And what is up with the 20 minutes, guys? It's like Malaya with the 20 minutes when the kids went missing. The 20 minutes with last hearing Lilly. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird, guys. It's just really weird.
Back down in the bed with you is pretty much my question.
Remember
minutes, maybe 20.
Brian?
Janie confided in me.
Now this is Durwood, where he's talking about Janie confides in him. And in one of these clips, Durwood says, I believe it's on the Sonny's clip, he's reading Janie's text messages to him in real time on exactly what she is telling him to say. So it's just very odd. Michelle, what about Adam and the other pipeline? Yeah, Adam and Chance.
I couldn't believe she did because she reported this to the Mounties, full report to the okay.
All right.
But all right, Daniel never killed the kids, and this is what I was saying right off the start. There's no way Daniel killed the kids because Janie heard Malaya bringing the kids out of the trailer in that morning into the driveway.
She heard her,
and
she's told.
She heard her, and then she walked up and she heard her. There's a little bit I don't really. I don't want to get into a big long splee here. Janie heard Lilly come out through because Lilly would get excited and do that screaming thing, and Janie was in the trailer with her dog. And when Lilly would do that screaming thing, Janie's dog would bite her, so they had to keep the dog away from her. But anyway, she heard Malaya coming out the back door of the trailer. She had all three kids. She had Meadow in her hands. She had the two kids with her, and she was getting them through the yard to the gate. That's when Janie heard her, and the dog started barking. And when the dog barked, Janie could hear Malaya going shh, 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 because then when the dog barked and Janie jumped and started getting her boots on and tying the dog so the dog couldn't get out, that's when Malaya got caught. Janie walked right up behind her, and then the two kids were gone all of a sudden, right by the side of the road.
So when she went out there, Malaya was beside the road, and the two kids were already gone.
Yep.
Did she see any vehicles or anything?
No. I wish she would have. That's why I said. Now Janie first talked to the Mounties, and she would not do any
any interviews or anything like that. And I'll tell you why. Because she got pissed off because it was CTV interview, or I won't say CTV.
Okay, so that one's over with. Put me back here. That video is over with. But Janie did say in her Facebook, so I was like a part of like a Facebook Messenger. This is before her voice messages came out. And she said, yeah, Durwood basically was speaking for her, because I had asked the question. I said, is Durwood right, like on what he's saying? And she said, yeah. Now, I'm sure he got a few things wrong, but how is he just going to make this stuff up? You know what I mean? Like, why would he make that up? I don't. It sounds more like what he's saying sounds more correct. I think, in my opinion only, that Janie saw Jack and Lilly that morning or that night. Like she had seen them maybe early Friday morning, or something happened. I don't know. I think something happened Thursday, but she helped move or something. I don't know. In my opinion, it's crazy. But because it kept getting misconstrued, but yet Janie was texting Durwood. And then in one of these clips, you can hear him say, I'm at a friend's house, which pretty sure that was Janie. So, in my opinion. No, but he said, hold on a second, it's moving fast. No, but he said he could give info about the cars driving. Yes. Remember, Seawood, that he said that Daniel's friends were driving a black SUV? And remember, dispatch, there was a black SUV, actually two of them, a black Kia Sportage, with the guy with the mustache and stuff leaving the Lorda Park. But I don't think they ended up finding that person, but they did spot the other two people in the other black SUV. It's just too many coincidences, guys. There's no coincidences. What did Joyous say? If she saw the kids in the morning, then she's Oh, I believe she is 1,000% Joyous, in my opinion. Of course she is. She even says in her voice messages, she's like, a mama's job is never done. You know, she even talks about like she would protect her sons for, you know, even though they're grown. That tells me right there. So she would do anything, right? Right, guys? Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. I put makeup on today. I did it yesterday too, but you guys can see me. I was like, dang it, my stupid camera. All right. Now I'm going to show clips from Sunny's channel. And these ones are a little bit longer. These ones are a mix of Belinda talking and Durwood. So these ones, yeah, I believe she does too. Says God help the RCMP. You know, and Sasha, I remember like listening in the beginning of the dispatch. The one RCMP officer is like so confused. You can hear it. And he goes, I got to go back and talk to the family and get a better statement from them. Because it's like, they're all over the place, guys. It's nuts. All right. What is this one? Is this it? Why is it so small? All right. Oh, the sound's not on. Of course it's not. All right. Well, here, hold on one second. I'm not going to be able to see chat. Oh, I guess I should bring it to the present share screen. I'm looking at it, but you guys can't see it. There we go. All right. Let me blow this up so you can see it better. For some reason, it's real small. I don't know why. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What? You didn't try. He didn't try to get her there, right? He didn't get involved. Thank you, the pawn. Thank you. He didn't try, guys. Like, he didn't try to help. Okay, like, yes, like, say, you know, she was just fighting with Daniel. Yeah, that's a couple's problem. But when there is a 4-year-old child involved, thank you, the pawn. Like, if there's a child involved, and your other family members telling you to take action and you're not, but in my opinion, Patty should have called maybe the RCMP or something instead, right? Durwood was in the background of Janie's interview. Why? Also, oh yeah, because he he did an interview and they didn't air his. I think because his had a lot of like bashing the RCMP maybe, and maybe he mentioned that the kids were like given to somebody else and they thought that wasn't like appropriate. I'm not sure. Okay, Joyous, we'll be here. Durwood told his story from Daniel and Janie's info. Exactly. He claimed he's related to Malaya, but is too far apart on the family tree. Yeah, he's like a third or fourth cousin or something, right, Brandy? But the thing is, if Patty, her grandmother should have done something more. Also, if Wade knew and Cindy knew, there should have been more done, right? Like, and who says because Jack clashed, a 4-year-old clashing with a 30-year-old man? That makes no sense to me. How is that even possible? I don't understand that. That's crazy to me. All right. Oh. And what do you guys think about him? What did you think about him saying if Daniel hid the bodies or something, then I know that he do it. Wasn't that a weird statement to make? I don't know. I agree, shenanigans. I love you, Tiny Souls or something. Okay. Now, I want you guys to listen to this because I believe this. When he talks about the RCMP wanting one person, and we know who that one person is, but they need the two bodies. They need the children to be able to do this. Oh, yeah. I agree, the pond. You guys can't hear the audio of the video? We don't hear what you're playing if you're, oh my goodness. How embarrassing. Okay, hold on one second. I'm like, why is nobody, when did you guys, have you heard any of it at all? I hear and see you. Oh my gosh, I feel stupid. Here, I'll fix it. Give me a second. Sometimes it doesn't. Hold on. Stop the screen. All right. Give me a second. I'm going to reshare it. All right. Sorry. Can you hear it now? You're learning. Oh my God, I feel stupid.
Direct involvement with the disappearance of the kids, then I knew the kids were going to be alive.
Can you hear it?
Which you said.
Because Malaya was not going to have the kids killed or seriously harmed. Okay? And at the beginning of this, and even this morning, I wasn't sure about Daniel. Okay. Because what they feared we could have protected her from right off the bat would have been no problem to protect her what she was scared of. And I believe if she would have done it that way and she wanted to separate and walk out, she could have walked out with her kids. She could have walked out peacefully. We could have drove her and take her to, like some of my relatives have a good life, and we could have parked her in there, and some of us would have protected her and watched out for her, and her people would have protected her, helped her financially, would have helped her with the kids, and we could have brought her right along back into a life where she wouldn't have to be scared and she'd be protected.
Oh, okay.
As I've explained, I couldn't get her there. I couldn't do that. And some of it was time, because don't forget, I had to judge my relatives just the same as I had to judge Daniel's family. And when I judged it, I looked at my relatives, who I know a little better than Daniel's family, quite a bit better, and the characteristics of them. And so it struck me, it took me a long time, because Malaya shut down, you see. Actually, the Mackenzies and Daniel and another person on that side Logan never shut down on me. She gave me information and helped me. And I helped her, because we were helping each other to try to figure these kids out. Logan wanted these kids brutal. I mean, she's still trying to get Meadow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, of course. So, Darren.
Did you hear what he just said about Logan? You guys are so funny. Thank you. I feel so stupid. I was just sitting there like, thank you guys can hear it. And I'm such a dork. Did you hear what he just said? Like, Logan's still trying to get Meadow. I wonder if she's still trying to. You guys are great. Thank you. Yeah, I think he's trying to get a reward too. I honestly do. Why is he so involved now? But what involved when Patty asked him to go check in on the kids, right? Like, if he would have went over there at that point, like, just dropped by and been like, hey, Malaya, remember me? I know it's been a while. I'm your third cousin or whatever. But your grandmother asked me to do a welfare check. If he would have just done that, the kids might be here today, guys. That could have changed the whole path, right? That could have changed the whole, like, projection of, like, everything. I don't know. Like, that just sucks, really. But I don't know. I don't know if she tried to reach out to somebody else either, but I don't know. So this part of the video, hopefully you guys can hear it, is him talking about two bodies to charge this person, and this person is Daniel, basically.
Glad. So, like I said, people know exactly who you are. Your name is Darren Geddes on there. So my thing is this: if you're 1,000% and this person has told you, why is the RCMP? Why is this case not been solved in RCMP and the $150,000 put up? So like that doesn't.
Because I think the RCMP are centered on one person, and they're so. I think they're centered on the wrong person, and they need two bodies to charge this person, and they can't find two bodies.
See.
Okay. Lauren wants to ask you a question.
Listen, my friend is looking at me right now. She wants me to be done with this, and I told her I was going to have one more little go with this here.
That's Janie. Did you hear what he just said? My friend is looking at me now, and she wants me to be done with this. You know that's Janie he's talking about. And I agree with you guys. My opinion, there's something that they're all involved in. And I don't know if I'm saying her name wrong again. Is there Shelby came out? Was it Shelby who came out and spoke about the altercation? And she said, this is what the fight was about. The second fight, second altercation was about the rugs in the bathroom. And she said what type of rug it was. And then it's like the following day she comes out, or the day after, which I believe she was threatened. And she basically said that she never said that. But yet we have her on video saying that, right, guys? That's crazy. What did Peacemaker say? Hills have eyes. Yes, hills have eyes, definitely. I don't know. This is starting to kind of look like what is that, like Texas Chainsaw movie or whatever? I don't. It's freaking weird. I don't know who else remembers Shelby. I remember Cheryl. Was it Shelby or Cheryl Haley? Like, for some reason, I keep getting like Cheryl and Shelby and Haley, like their names all mixed up for some reason. Sorry. I usually like my. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, this one now.
To inform you guys. So I'm actually so thankful that I know what I know, and I'm actually so thankful that there's nothing else I can do. I can't bring those kids back here. I can't.
He said he knows where the kids are, but he's thankful. He knows what he knows, but he can't go get the kids. Like, it makes no sense, right? Like, I don't understand. It was Haley. Thank you. Shelby is Hayden's partner. So, okay. So Shelby is Malea's friend. Hayden is her brother. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Haley. Thank you. I don't know why their names are like the same for me. Like, when I think of them, when they're talking, they speak the same, right? They have the same kind of, I don't know. All right, this now, he just got done saying, I'm thankful for what I know. Did you guys hear the part when he talks about Daniel, when he said that, I know Daniel didn't kill the kids if he didn't hide them or something? Did you guys hear that, or was that when I was spacing out? Foggy? Yeah, this is like a Stephen King movie. Did you guys hear that part about him saying that? I really want to play that again. Here, let's see.
Who Meadow goes with?
Yeah, they're all related.
So I'm just relieved to have it off my back that was supposed to have killed his two kids.
Here you go.
That's all I heard. So it was.
So Durwood said he's hearing rumors around at Tim Hortons, around the area, about this guy that killed his 2 kids. I was thinking about calling up there to Tim Hortons and seeing if anybody could like tell me any information or something. Because he says that the rumor going around, and he was at Tim Hortons. Listen.
Just by fluke, and if Daniel's listening, he can tell you this is the truth. Oh, by the way, people, I never worked with Daniel. I never said I worked with Daniel. My youngest son worked with Daniel up at the mill.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
that's how the relationship come around.
Okay, thank you.
And I hadn't seen Daniel in a couple of years, but then right out of the blue, I'm hearing about this guy that killed his kids. His name was Daniel in Landsdowne. And then I heard something, I don't know where I heard it, but what I knew at that time was that there was a black SUV supposedly suspiciously involved. Daniel, he'll tell you this, was with another fellow. I won't mention that guy's name, and a lady that was driving. And apparently, like, they were worried about Daniel's friends and that were staying away from him because of they didn't want to get involved or get touched with that stuff. So, and like I said, if Daniel's online, I hope Janie's here too. So one day I was working in behind my barn in Foster Avenue where I work on my junk. I'm retired, but I go back to the old property and I got a barn back there and my tools and a bunch of old junks back there. So I just go there to play now, really, fix up old junk. I was back there one day, and this was, like I say, about a week and a half or so after the kids had been gone. And this black SUV pulled out in front. I never thought anything of it. And so I walked out front just to see who it was. So it was a lady driving who doesn't need to be named, and it was another guy with Daniel, and it was Daniel. Daniel got out of the rig, and this other guy I know. This other guy used to work with my youngest son too by coincidence at another location. So when they were down the road,
Edmund.
They were the other guy and the girl brought Daniel in town.
He said this other guy that used to work with my youngest son too. That's Edmund. It has to be, because remember, Edmund is the guy that met at the Dollarama. But Edmund said that he met them between 11:30 and 12:30. But yet they weren't there until after 1. Yes, this can be him like guesstimating, but what was Edmund doing there? Did Edmund go into the dollar store? What was his reason for being there? Was he at the mall and maybe, or was he, you know what I mean? Wrong times at the dollar store. Yeah, he had the wrong time. And it makes me wonder, like, because something serious as this, like if someone, you see somebody in the store, so just bullshitting with them, like, hey, blah blah blah, and later on you're asked about, oh, what time did you see so and so, and you're like, you just guesstimate, you know what I mean? But for our children, like, to tell the RCMP and for them to document that time on their redacted documents or whatever, as the wrong time, is telling me something, that he didn't want to give them the real time that he was there, guys. I don't know. In my opinion, I knew Edmund was related to Dimwit from day one. I love that. Right? I should have said I'm not sure of the time. Yeah, exactly. Like, they might have asked him, what were you doing there? Did you meet up with Daniel Malaya? Did you, or were you shopping? Like, you know what I mean? And if he said, oh, I was just here at the dollar store shopping, then the RCMP should have got like a receipt from him, right? Like, for what he bought, what he purchased that day, correct? And you would think if they would have got a receipt from him, they would have put that in the documents, right, guys? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he's a reliable witness either. And I think he was up to no good, just in my opinion. Just in my opinion. But from the time difference is just odd to me. All right, I'm going to stop blabbing. You can go on with this video.
Because he hadn't eaten in a few days, and he looked pretty gaunt, so they brought him in town to buy him a slice of pizza and get him straightened up. Oh, by the when Daniel and this other guy dropped into the yard, I went out front and seen Daniel get out of the car, and we shook hands, and I said it had been a couple of years at least since I saw him. My son Jordan, his buddy, come out of the house and said, "Oh, Jesus, Daniel." Now Jordan, my son, they already knew more about it than I did. Jordan grabbed him, and all of a sudden I caught on. Jordan grabbed Daniel and gave him a hug and said, "Listen, Daniel, I know you couldn't have done this." He said, "They're saying you killed your kids, and I know you never did it. I know you did. It's not in you." All of a sudden, I'm standing there, and that was like a slap in the face. I thought, "Holy shit!"
Well, that was Darren Durwood's son saying, "Hey, man, I know you didn't kill your kids, blah blah blah." And Durwood, he said he put two and two together. He's like, "Holy shit, man!" Like, excuse my language, because he's been hearing locals at Tim Hortons. The Pond said that's a place where people hang out, talk and stuff. And Durwood finally put two and two together. Oh, so this is the guy that I was supposed to go get Malaya from and the kids. I wonder if he felt like, damn, why didn't I go get Malaya? Why didn't I go help her? Right? Like, I would be like freaking out. But I would have went and been nosy and been like, "Hey, do you need help? Because if you need help, let's go." You know? My email here, it's Daphne, well, if I could spell right, Daphne's case files at gmail.com. There you go. Oh my gosh, it's already, I don't like this new time thing. There you go, Sassy. I just posted it, honey. But so now he's saying, and because Durwood doesn't really know him that well, other than like Daniel knowing Jordan, right? Is his name Jordan? Is Durwood's son? Just briefly, like acquaintance, I guess, maybe.
This is the Daniel. So then that's when I started piecing things together. So the other thing is, listen, this has been I got into this totally for my cousin.
So can you confirm that 8 o'clock, like what you said earlier?
Okay, so this is me just clipping it now. This is Sunny's channel. And what I put there was basically Durwood states that Janie did see the kids in this, I believe. Okay, you guys listen.
Earlier was about the time that Janie kind of seen Malaya, but didn't.
No, that would have been a mistake. It was later than 8 o'clock. I would say it was later than 8 o'clock.
Okay, so
I would say it was. Now I even said to Janie, I remember confirming to her. So I said, "So Janie, it was around 8:45. You figure? You're sure?" And she said something like, "No, it was 5 or 10 after 9."
Okay, only because
that they were. So I'm going to say my rendition of what I understand, what Janie told me. Janie, her dog started barking, and she knew the kids were out in the yard, and she knew Malaya was taking them. She knew Malaya took them out the back. She could hear them walking, took them out the back door, outside the fence, onto the driveway. Mm-hmm. And where the boot came from, that driveway's harder than nails. But the night before, Janie, there was a pothole and a little ditch on the far side of the driveway, and Janie herself was out with the shovel the night before, filling that little ditch and pothole in, and it was raining the night before, and the gravel and it's muddy gravel. It's not really good clean stone and that, and it was wet, and that's why the little one boot print got sunk in the mud right at the edge where she was fixing the driveway a little bit. And then she showed me it, told me all about it, pointed it out, showed me it, and so she said that's when she came out. She said she knew. She heard the kids. She knew the kids were supposed to be there, and she came up to Malaya, and Malaya was standing there with Meadow on her arm, looking at the phone. And Janie.
Guys, do you think that's weird? Why is that? Why is Janie, like, every time they talk about Malaya standing there on the driveway Meadows on her hip. What does that have to do with anything? What does Meadow being on her hip have to do with Jack and Lilly going missing? Or with Malaya standing there? Isn't that weird? Like, why so much detail in that for? Do you guys find that weird? Or is that just like me just over analyzing? This other guy, but no name. No. Do you guys find that weird? She said it was for the pool. It's not. Who the heck is that pool? She was filling in gravel or covering up footprints or something, guys. He collected a bunch of gossip and said 90% know what happened, so you can get some. I don't know. I think that, and I also think that he was getting information from Janie. Like, you can even hear it in one of these clips that he's reading it from his phone. I feel that they were like using him to put feelers out there to see who would buy the story. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I still don't really know what his, like, what his, not his place, but what his like player, what does he play in this whole situation? You know what I mean? I do know that if he would have went over there and just did a welfare check with Malaya, the kids might still be here today, guys. On her hip. Yeah, conflict with Malaya calling 911. I don't know. I just right hip. Yeah, see, there's a lot of like description in that one thing, guys. You never thought I just think it's really weird. Like, it's just, why describe Malaya standing there with Meadow on her right hip? Like, why so much description in that? Like, why does it matter? And it's in the same spot where Janie was raking or digging or putting a pool up. It's in the same spot where her sawhorse was, where she was sitting on the sawhorse crying when Belinda came in. It's the same area where the boot print was. It's so odd, guys. Odd for Janie. Yeah, it is. Why focus on that for? You know what I mean? And then actually tell another person this. Like, why would she say, oh, with Meadow on her hip? Why don't you just say, yeah, and Malaya was standing there when I came out of my my RV? I think that she's pissed off that she never got to spend any time with Meadow, to tell you the truth. I think she's mad. Like, she does not like Malaya at all. You can tell. Like, she didn't like her at all. And I feel that, because she says she only got to watch Meadow twice, like the whole time she was born. And it was because Malaya had an anxiety attack for one. The other was for something else, like she was helping Daniel with wood or something, right, guys? So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she holds some kind of resentment because she never got to spend time with Meadow, except for 2 times. She said every time that she wanted to spend time with Meadow, Malaya would go in the back room and basically keep her away from Janie. Probably because Janie smelled like cigarettes and shit and didn't want cigarettes all over the baby and shit. I don't know. Never liked Jack and Lilly, in my opinion too. From the way she talks about Jack or Lilly screaming and stuff like that, it sounds like she did not care for them at all. I have a feeling too that Janie ain't very fond of Malaya. Oh yeah, you can totally tell. You can totally tell that she's not fond of her.
Looked at Malaya and said, well, where's the kids? Because she knew the kids were there. She just heard the kids. Where's the kids? And Malaya sort of looked stunned.
No. I agree, Explorer Car. I agree with you. Like, Janie did give up her home and move into that RV. for her to stay there. And I understand. And then it seems like Janie watched the children all the time, or if the children were outside, Jack and Lilly were outside, she would text the mom, hey, your kids are outside with no boots, no coat, like, get your act together. I agree. Like, it seems like all these adults were like crazy as a bedbug.
Just wait. And the next comment she meant was, let me see if I get this accurate. Okay, how long have they been? Well, where's the kids? Oh, she said they're in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Malaya said to Janie, they're in the woods. Now Janie can.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Hemi, I agree.
This, it's all documented. Right. They're in the woods. Well, how long were they gone? 20 minutes, she said.
20 minutes again, guys.
So there's where then Daniel came running out. Now there's a little mix up here in Daniel's memory and mine. I don't know whether he was sleepy or I got the idea, but I checked with Janie 2 times on this so I could get it right in my head. So anyway, long story short, and maybe a little error in there somewhere, was that was my main finishing proof that Daniel never killed the kids. They were there alive, around 8:30, but no.
He just met Janie. How is that proof that Daniel didn't do anything to the kids? So he believes everything Janie is saying over everybody? Because I did some clips over I did some clips that really just caught my attention that I wanted to go over. But from what we know now and then listening to this, it's just crazy how many times the stories have changed. Especially when Janie was sitting there texting him, or he was with Janie. But why would he believe Janie? He just met her, right? Unless he's known her for longer than that. Oh, yeah, I think they're all involved. Like, they play a part in this, all of them. Whether maybe Durwood's wanting to collect the ransom, or not the ransom, excuse me, the reward, or I don't know. But in my opinion, I think he threatened the one girl because she said that Daniel was doing math from the children for the trailer for rent. Yep. The Chiefs family. It's just crazy, guys. It's just...
It was later than that. They were there about Janie, and Janie's got this timeline all documented on her phone. She was that smart. Ron, her son, brother, had called her at 6:10, and she got that call on her phone. She called him back like about 6:20 or so. She was halfway awake, and when she come out of the trailer, she checked her phone, and she got the time of that. Really pissed me off. Okay, today what really got me going. When Daniel told me, now I'm telling you what Daniel testified to himself. He testified to it in the interviews, and he testified to it directly to me numerous times. He testified to it to Logan. Mm-hmm. He testified to it to everybody. Daniel's claim was that on the morning this happened, he got up, realizing the kids were gone. He went outside, him and Malaya went outside, and Malaya was kind of stunned and looking guilty, and Daniel said, well, where's the kids? Yep. And she said, they're gone. And he said, well, where are they gone? Where are the kids? And how long have they been gone? And she said, 20 minutes. First he said, like, where are they? And she said she thought they were in the woods.
20 minutes
so Daniel, in the 30 seconds he talked about the first that he was in the woods, and everybody said, oh, Jesus, how would he go all around the country in 30 seconds? No, it was two different times. They got a little cabin beside the house that the kids play in. Actually, if you go halfway down the driveway and then left up over the shoulder of the driveway and then back towards the trailer, there's a little half-arse log cabin that somebody made for them, and it has like a playhouse for the kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then there's another little behind that's cut out from underneath the tree where they go up, and there's toys scattered in there and that. So Daniel's first thought was they're up in the cabin or they're in the playhouse. So this is where he ran down the driveway, ran up over the little bank up in by the cabin, and he did the whole circle in under 30 seconds. By then his mother was out looking for the kids. So then Daniel said to Malaya, well, where are the kids? And she, somewhere along the line, he got the idea that she was saying they were in the woods. So he grabbed the truck, having already looked at the edge of the property there where the cabin that was, and his mother was there. So his mother headed up through the woods by foot over to the other roads, over to the intersection of the other two roads.
She said that.
Because the blueprint they found was right on the edge of the bank, and it looked like it was pointing up over the side of the, it looked like it was heading up over the bank into the woods. So his mother went searching for the kids up in the woods by foot, while Daniel grabbed his van or truck and went out the driveway and then circled around the road.
Did you hear that? Van or truck? Van or truck? Genial. But seriously, like, yeah, dude, Janie's like a linebacker, man. You know, like, them girls were scared when she was like up in their face, okay? But oh my god, I'm probably gonna just play like a little bit more, and then I didn't realize it's already like past 7 o'clock. Holy crap, I've been talking for a long time. But so Daniel has a truck too. Remember, there was lots of talk about, did Daniel have a truck? Did blah blah blah. He does mention it again here in a second.
And his mother went right through, and they pretty well met over on the other side. So then that wasn't, it was two searches. The 30-second search by foot first by Daniel, and then it was into the woods, right? So by the time Daniel gets back, the Mountie said, now the story, and this is true because
they were already
my
there.
Sources verify even this conversation. When Daniel got back after the 30-second search, Malaya looked at him kind of stunned and said, well, should I call the cops? And Daniel's back, yes, call the fucking cops.
Bullshit. Because if you remember correctly, Malaya was on the driveway calling 911 when he ran up in the woods. Remember? That was at 10:01. Why did Daniel keep saying, yo, call the effing cops? But remember, there was one, when he was doing the one sit-down interview, he says, Malaya had asked me if I should call the cops. And I said, well, just wait a minute. Let me go check. Do you guys remember that? But Malaya actually called at 10:01 and was on the call for almost 10 minutes, guys. And then they had shown up at 10:27. You know, it makes me wonder why that time of that 911 call was so secretive, guys. Like, it seemed like Daniel and Janie and them, like, didn't really know the time of that call. It's really odd. You know what I mean, guys? Like, and it, like, they didn't even believe Malaya really until she actually showed proof of the screenshot that she, were there proof of rug subway? I don't know. There's rumors of it, but I don't have like proof from that. I don't think that they would say there is. Not why it's an ongoing investigation anyways. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, if he's taking, I don't know. Obviously there might, I don't know. I don't want to say something that I don't know, guys. Like, seriously. I don't even know if I should speculate on it, but what do you guys think of all that? The rugs being there. Yeah, it's the neighbor, I'm guessing Justin Smith, I'm guessing the one they don't get along with, came out with that. He's the one that came out with there was a rug party there. I didn't even know children lived there. But it makes me wonder, how do you not know children live there if they ride the bus with you? Or is that a different neighbor? You see what I'm saying? Maybe there's two neighbors they don't get along with. I don't know. There's so many different stories that's so confusing. Rigby, it isn't 3 adults who have the ability to work. Yes, Christina, exactly. Why? I can understand Janie. She retired. Like, I mean, she's still what? How old is Janie? What, 60? She said she's 60. I mean, she could still get out and do something. Maybe she doesn't need to work. I don't know. But Daniel, he's an able-bodied, healthy person. Like, why is he not working? You know what I mean? That makes no sense. I don't understand. Unless he is working, but working something that is under the table, if you get my drift. Do you see what I'm saying? So, because how can you survive off 1 day a week at work? And if you're not getting any kind of assistance from the state, how are you living like that, guys? You know what I mean? How are you living like that? Yes, you only got to pay electric, but dang. How's he buying a caddy? He doesn't work 1 day a week? Does he work more than that? I thought he wasn't even, I don't know, working right now because of the case going on. He doesn't work 1 day a week. Does he work more than that? It's a seasonal job. He would get unemployment insurance. But he would get unemployment, but didn't somebody say that he owes the government money? Didn't they say that? For some kind of getting too much, like during the pandemic, getting too much money from, you know, the checks that they handed out. I don't know. But think about it. Like, my kid like works like 3 different jobs. And he's a kid still. You know what I mean? Like, get out and get another job. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like, a man is supposed to work, like provide. That's the way I was raised. But yeah, I mean, like, I provide for myself, but there's not much work there. But he could go like work at a gas station or something, right? Like, you guys have fast food, gas stations. Like, I know he probably wouldn't want to do that. But I mean, or what about like forestry or something? The woods need to be cleaned up. There's so many downed trees everywhere. I mean, yeah, that's hard as hell. I don't know how he would. Well, Wade said he was smoking, cooking, and selling meth. Well, that would be the under the table unemployment or unemployment, excuse me. Daniel worked 1 day mill because it was too wet for logging trucks, also getting unemployment. So he does get unemployment even though allegedly he owes the government, because wouldn't they take, if he owed child support or owed any kind of government funds, they would take that here in the United States. Like, you're not getting unemployment. You're not getting those checks. So those unemployment checks, those any kind of government assistance or whatever is going to pay back your debt to the government, basically. That's how it works. It can only reduce payment if he owes. So they take pretty much like half of it or something. See, here in the United States, they take the whole stinking thing if you owe them. That's just how it is until it's paid off. Correct, Peacemaker. But if you don't file, they aren't issued. Yeah, like he'd have to file for it. It's different in Canada. There aren't as many. Yeah. Where are these coming from? I keep getting messages over here. I don't know why. And then I'm looking at the messages here. Correct, Peacemaker. But if you don't, okay, so it's different in Canada. They're nicer in Canada, I see. Here in the United States, they take it all. They take it all. Even if you, okay, so if you owe child support or if you owe the government and say you were in like a car accident or something like that where you get a settlement, they're going to take that. They'll take it until it's paid off to whatever your debt is to them. Like, they don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care if they leave you nothing. I worked 2-3 jobs all my life. I love making money. It's same here, Peacemaker. Like, it gives you purpose to work a job, right? Working a job gives you purpose. And it gets you out of the house. It makes you feel good about yourself. Yeah, you might not like your job or whatever. When you're working a, honest job, you feel good. It's your own money. You go to your own place, whether you rent or own. It's your own, and it's safe. It's not selling rugs and shit like that. If you owe child support, Canada takes your income tax. Okay, yeah, they do it here too in the United States. So they'll take your income tax return. And yes, actually, I do. I think it was her dad. My bad. But if he's going to rug therapy under CPS, he must have had a positive. I agree, Neurob. Because why? What? The government even takes your driver's license. Thank you, Peacemaker. Yes, that's another thing. I looked that up the other day because that's very similar to the United States. So if you owe child support or something, the United States will suspend your driver's license. And I think even the parent can come after you, do a writ or something, where you have to pay a certain amount to them. If you work and owe in your taxes, they take it all. Yep. Yeah, I know. The government doesn't play. They'll take it all. They do not care. It's crazy. Daniel didn't file his own income, probably because they would take it for what he owed. Yep, I agree, Yvette. I agree. Yes, actually, I do. It's not. Was it? Okay. They take driver's license from deadbeat dad. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Sister. Yeah. I agree with, because he needs to go to work. And usually to go to work, you need a vehicle, right? So it's kind of like a double-edged sword right there, right? I think maybe, but I don't know how else you would. I don't know. Yes, and working gives great. Exactly. New York took my hubby's license 23 years ago for non-payment child support. He still drives. I heard that. Yeah, but I heard that I don't know if they were passing something or whatever here in the United States, but people could drive with a suspended license or something and not get in trouble for it. Which is ridiculous in my opinion, because it's some people that have suspended licenses shouldn't be driving, right? Child support to get their new victim to drive them around. Yeah, get their yeah, I get you. Ex-losses. Yeah, they'll take the driver's license and stuff if you're not paying your child support. I think the big check stopped because of the falsified information claim. Did he claim his two older kids when he doesn't have full custody? Wow. That could be. Will the Constitution give us the right to free travel? I have to pay for any of those licenses. Yeah, I can't fight the government. What did Osprey ask? I should have my glasses on. So where's Daniel getting the money to buy that big SUV? Yeah, pay fines and where is he getting the money for that? Exactly. That's why I was speculating. Does he have a under the table job? I wish I could go out and buy a Cadillac right now. That'd be freaking nice. It was an app or a text with school on Daniel's phone. Was it me? It was an app or text with school on Daniel's phone. So the app was on Malaya's phone, Neuro, and I think they sent an email to both guardians or whatever. Maybe Janie sold some of her 7 acres and bought him a new caddy. You think? You guys are so funny. I thought Justin was going to come in here. That's what I was like excited too. Bro is banking. Yeah. He's got a lot of money. He's balling now because he's got a Cadillac to drive around in. Jeez. Thank you, Finding Solace. Just hope those two little ones get justice. I hope so, Mike. Like, I feel like this just keeps going on and on and on. And we'll randomly get little tidbits. But this is like the same information, right, guys? It's the same information. And I believe if they actually found something out there, the cadaver dogs, I don't think that they would tell us. I don't know. Not while there's an active investigation going on, at least. I don't think that they would tell us. Just my opinion. They'll just drop small hints. But that's about it. The insurance for that must be, yeah, I bet. And to fix it. Imagine if anything goes wrong with a Cadillac. I bet it's so expensive to fix. Mama Janie can buy me a Cadillac. I need a new vehicle. Jeez, mine's on its last leg. I have got my money's worth out of my vehicle. Like, seriously. I just pray it doesn't, like, I do not want a car payment or whatever. Not right now. It's too expensive. And insurance keeps going up. It just keeps going up and up and up. It's crazy. Like, who can... Like, insurance just keeps going up for no reason. I have no accidents or anything. And it's like, oh, let's, hike your insurance up another like $50 here next 3 months. If we had a land, we'd grow food and sell it. Local, no traffic. Yeah. It's good to grow your own food. At least, I watched a documentary last night. They knew the parent killed the baby first day. It took 7 months to... Wow, 7 months, Mike? And then with baby Emmanuel, I honestly believe, because there was so many people there, so many people pushing, and like YouTube, so many people there, they arrested those parents quickly, right? And they still haven't found his body. They have not found baby Emmanuel's body yet. Now I know that, what's the dad's name? Oh my gosh. I can't believe he was even allowed to be around children. That's crazy to me, guys. After what that's just crazy. Does Justin hold the big heartbreaking secret? Can his conscience withstand the pressure of being his brother's keeper? I started thinking about his brother. Maybe he was the Justin that called in and talked about the traffic. Daphne, I live in the background. I have a fairy tales all over the place. That's awesome, though. The snake. Jake. He's off his stress leave now. I wish I could go on some stress leave. Good God. I was driving, but I've been wanting to stay in Nova Scotia. The towns are built, it's moving so fast, around one small industry where most of the people work. Yes. Yeah, I understand that, Pon. Like, a lot of, like, rural areas, like, it's usually, I know IBM, like, used to be a big thing, over here, and when that shut down, like, a lot of people lost their jobs. Sad. I could see my phone is like behind. The mother handed herself in. Yeah, I watched both of them get arrested. You talking about Emmanuel's parents? Or are you talking about Laura, you talking about oh gosh, Jaden Spicer's mom? That's just, I was like talking to my mom about that one. It's just really heartbreaking too. And some people are monsters. It's just crazy. Flying people from other countries who will work. Yeah, I hear that. That's sad. It is really sad. Yeah, that's why I try to support local businesses. Like, you know what I mean? Because these corporations come in and just take, I don't know. And then they hire people from other places and stuff. You're working for children, right? We got buses. Get them. I don't know. Jaden's mom. Yeah. Lori, isn't that was so devastating. Jay Caro. Thank you, B. Jay Caro. Yeah, man. What is wrong with these people? It's crazy to me. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. I've been blabbing my mouth for like almost 2 hours. But I'm so happy that I have a camera. Because you guys are amazing. Thank you. I am so grateful. I have a camera. Now I can come on here all the time. I just got to get a better mic, though, because the mic is like, you know. But just as long as the camera works. I can do sign language if the mic goes out again, right? So I can have AI sign language. And don't be late. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. Thank you, Finding Solace. You're amazing. Thank you for helping out. Seriously, can't do it without you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Well, we will do another live tomorrow. Hopefully more information will come out. You never know. I have a gut feeling that little boy, I think he's autistic. I have a gut feeling the mother is involved. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, thank you, B. Thank you, Angry Rabbit. Thank you. Mother is involved. The father, maybe. Thank you. Thank you. You guys have a great night. Thank you for joining me. I won't let you listen to Durwood again tomorrow, I promise. We'll listen to Janie's voicemails tomorrow. No, I'm just joking. I won't do that to you guys. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. You're the best. Thank you.